Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead. So it is a terribly rainy, nasty day out. I mean, it's just literally going to do this all day with some winds kicking up too, so if it's affecting the audio, I apologize. But we're going to try and bear through it and get something done. Now I've got trim to paint out in the garage. I've got drywall to do back in the old rabbitry. But right now the truck is loaded. It's ready to go to the scrap yard. We got a bunch of stuff from a boiler that my boys tore out. There's a old upright stove, there's a gas stove, a piece of a treadmill that we pulled the motor out of. Just a whole bunch of just junk. I basically get scrap given to me constantly, whether I pick it up, whether people in the construction field or other fields come and bring it to my house and drop it off just to get their job site clean. We pick it up off the side of the road. It doesn't really cost us anything. We sort it, stack it up in the truck, haul it to the scrap yard, which is what you're going to come along with us today and see how we make a little side hustle, little extra money, taking scrap to the scrap yard. Okay, let's be honest now. You're really not going to get rich doing scrap. Granted, I've got some buddies that have friends in heating and air conditioning, and they give them the old units, they pull the parts off, they sell them on eBay, and then they scrap the rest. Those guys make some money. It's a lot more work. I have other friends that have friends that are electricians that just drop them off giant spools of wire and they sit in their garage and strip the wire. One of our buddies actually paid for his daughter's car that way. There's ways to make big money. If you've got friends in the right industry, you can make big money. Or at times, when the price is crazy high, which is very rare anymore, you used to be able to make some good money scrapping. Nowadays, days like today when I'm hauling what they call sheet or standard scrap or just regular junk metal, it's about $160 a ton. This truck holds about a half ton to a ton when I load it down. So you're looking at maybe $25 for today's load. But earlier this week, and I'll see if I've got the slip here. Nope, doesn't look like I do. Earlier this week, I hauled in a copper and aluminum load. All right, they were classified as AC radiator number 1 copper and number 2 copper. Out of all that, which I had a good bit now, mind you, I made $115. So it's a trade-off. You got your what you call your more precious metals, and then your regular junk metals. And if you sort them, you get maximum money. Now, there's other things you can sort out, like you get 5 cents a pound right now for electric motors and other things. I don't go that in depth. I used to, but I just don't have time for it now. And the only reason I'm hauling in now when junk prices are low is to clean up the homestead some. You know, clean things out, get stuff prettied up. It's summertime, we need to weed eat. I don't need any snake pits, you know what I mean? So time to get this load in. As you can see, I've got my load on. It's strapped down very well. We're gonna go slow. I only got about 7 miles and I'll be at the scrap yard. Okay, let's discuss how this system should work. Every state's going to be different. How they do things is quite different, but the basic principles are the same. The first time you go, it'll be kind of like, I don't know how to work this, but after that, it'll be a basic system. At most of the yards we go to here in Ohio, the first time you go, they're going to come out and they're going to get your driver's license and put your plate number of your vehicle into their computer. That's just so they can track you back if something were to come up stolen or whatever. Now, they know me here just by seeing me or the truck, but I'll pull up on the scale when we get there. All right, give it a few seconds to zero up to where it's supposed to be, and then we will end up getting waved on. She'll wave us on, and then we'll end up going, turning around, backing to the pile, dumping off our load, and then I will turn around, go back over the scale, wait 3 to 4 seconds to let it zero out, and then I'll get out and walk up to the scale house off the side of the scale, and then we'll get paid. So this is how it works here, and at most of the yards I've gone to around here, it works the exact same. No ID, no service usually. Other states may be different, other yards may be different, but that's the number one thing in Ohio. If you don't have an ID, you ain't getting paid. Now, on a side note, if you guys stack your truck high like I do, strap it good, especially if it's raining, because metal against metal slides. Use extra straps more than you think you need. It's worth it, because the first time something comes falling off and smashes somebody's car or somebody else's property, you'll be hauling for the next year to pay yourself back for that. So make sure you strap it good. Alright guys, so we're here, we're driving up over the scale. So we pull up, she waved us off. We got a truck blocking us today. So we're gonna lock her in 4-wheel drive because this is a mud hole. Alright, got the gloves, let's get it done. Whew. Now we go back over the scale and get paid. We're going back on the scale because I can't get around the semi anymore. go get paid. All right, so let's see what we got. Whoop. So what, everything rips. So we had a really good trip today. The truck was heavy. Wow. So we ended up making $46.90, so $47. The net weight was 1,340 pounds, which is pretty heavy for my truck. So yeah, I came in at 6780 and came out at like 4,400. So not bad. Basically made 50 bucks to throw metal that I'd laying in the yard into my truck, come about 5 or 6 miles, and dump it out. Now, I took a load yesterday, it was about 25 bucks. And then, like I told you guys, there was one that was like over 100, about 115. So we're probably up about 180, almost $200 is what we're up right now. Which isn't a bad, you know, 2 days, 3 trips when we were just doing other things in between. Hauling to scrapyard is not the most productive thing in the world, but if you're just looking to be able to make some extra sideline cash, it's pretty good. And most people will find you've got scrapyards near you. You may not think you do, but you do. A lot of times you'll find trash services run small operations that they don't really advertise or anything. So, just kind of how we make some extra money around our homestead. Doesn't really bother anything, doesn't bother anyone. If I wanted to get more intent into it like I used to, I probably could have parlayed that $180 to $200 into more like $250, but then you're investing your own time. And it has to be a balance of time versus effort. So, if you like the video, if you haven't already, please take a moment and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and, you know, join us on our next, you know, video and adventures, because there's always something going on at the Frugal Homestead. We're always trying to find new ways to save money, move forward, progress, enjoy life in every way possible. So we'll see you in the next one. Man, I'm sick of rain. It should stop raining.